20A, but it dropped out. So it's a challenge, not just to Zimbabwe, not just to you as SMEs, but generally a challenge everywhere. At one time, Huawei was an SME, Cipla was an SME, but today they are commanding space in the geography of the world. Nobody, even Trump, he had sleepless nights because of Huawei, which started as an SME by a civil servant. It grew up, now it's a giant. So my job is trying to maybe unpack that in 15 minutes. That's a challenge. Okay, it takes a bit of time but we will do what we can for today. So, like I said, I'm a regulator, and my job is to make sure that the regulations are commensurate with the business. And usually, SMEs don't want regulation at all, and we try to meet halfway, try to reduce what we can reduce. I was also at one time a champion of ease of doing business, and I really believe that we have too many regulations in the country. We can actually adjust and make sure that we do one-stop shop everywhere, and also try to make it as simple as possible to cut out the middleman. Usually the middleman is the culprit. So today's economy is really running on knowledge. We know that land is still important, capital is still important, but above all, talent, innovation, and creativity. Those are the new, what I would say, previously, I think 10 years ago, there was a lot of talk about capital. You need access to capital. You don't need that anymore. What you need is access to information and access to markets. And access to markets does not necessarily require money. Money is important every time, everywhere, but really in the information age, things are a bit different. You can sell to anyone. Even here, they don't even know you are small. I bought a product from India one time online. It was a walking stick. It was beautiful. But when I finally saw where it was made behind the house. So that's just the power of marketing, the power of the information age. If you don't ride on it, it will destroy you, because it will take away your market, and it will export your market if you are not careful. And if you are not also innovative, like what has been just said, you end up perhaps seeking supernatural interventions where you just need. I'm going to that. So knowledge is a renewable product, okay? It is easily depleted, but it is not, once you transfer knowledge, like what doctors told us, he can't take it away, can he? No. Can he reverse if you argue with him to say, now we don't agree with you, now get out? Can he take it back? No. So that's how powerful knowledge is. It sticks. And it has a tendency of diffusion. It goes to where there is appetite. As a business person, you must always have appetite for new knowledge. If you stop reading, stop researching, you die. So the value of knowledge system lies in sharing it sometimes. If I know what I know and I keep it to myself, I'm no different from the ignorant guy. But when I begin to talk about it, I begin to add value to you, and at the same time, I appreciate in value. People who encourage you and help you with knowledge, they are important to you. So, yeah, the temptation is always there to restrict valuable knowledge because you're in competition as businesses. So you want to keep certain details to yourselves, but before you know it, it's already on the WhatsApp group. You thought you were the only one who knew it, and then before you know it, it's on the website. And so knowledge expires quickly. Use it when it's relevant. Don't wait for December, don't wait for Christmas to do that product, to have those big chicken. Do it now. Do it now. I'm going to have to jump a lot of things because our time, we are going to get the presentation anyway. A lot of this is just churro. This is important. Knowledge has no borders, no boundaries, and knowledge has no loyalty. Okay? Meaning to say there is no knowledge for white people, knowledge for Indians, knowledge for Chinese, knowledge for Africans. Knowledge is knowledge. What you know can help you, and what they know can help us. They have a very good way of keeping knowledge to themselves and making sure everyone else just buys the product. How it's done, they don't disclose. But that's the challenge. Get to know how it's done. That's how the Chinese do things. They buy the first computer, the second one they make themselves. It is bad, it doesn't work well, but they keep improving until it's better than the original. That's innovation. So a society which does not create has no capacity to absorb new knowledge and new technology. You can consume, but to absorb, that's another challenge. Our universities, can they absorb? No, they can't. I've worked with all state universities in this country, and I've looked at their patents, what they are filing, and much of it really cannot survive patent examination in China, for example, or in Japan. So we need to work on it to make sure that we can survive anywhere and challenge any economy, penetrate any market. So far we are restricted to ourselves. We have products that are very good, honey which is very good. What more can we produce out of honey? I think there is more. All right, I will jump on this. So what is IP? What is intellectual property? Now, somebody talked about ideas. That once you have an idea, you have a starting point. And in idea, money follows ideas. It doesn't necessarily follow a good factory. We need them. But the idea is what attracts money first. A lot of people who put money in a business they don't know. They've never visited, but they read about it and they are convinced by a business plan. That's how people invest in IPO. They don't come to the factory to say, how do you make the shoes? How do you know? They read the prospectus, they look at the balance sheet, they put $1 million. Money follows ideas. If you have a good idea, continue to develop it, put it in a business plan. Don't make it complicated. Just write what you want to do, how you want to do it, what are your targets. You have started a plan. Don't look for complicated things, but money follows ideas. So intellectual property is the commercial application of imagination, what you are imagining. And if it can solve a technical problem, there's room for protection. If it can solve an artistic problem, I think there's someone who introduced themselves as an artist. Okay. Mainly the difference between art and a business process is that art cannot be replicated. You can never reproduce this, even if you're the same artist. Even a song, you can't sing it the same way every time because it's art and it's inspired. But business processes, you can replicate. So we have a system that recognizes the creation of human mind and business solutions and how they improve human life, which also guarantees recognition of exclusive rights. So what does the law do? It gives you rights over the creations of your mind. You have imagined something that nobody else has thought about and is to do with a certain product, and that product is useful, and you begin to produce it. This system guarantees that it gives you exclusive rights over that product. I will then go into detail later to talk about what kind of products and what kind of branding, and then what is a design, things like that. So there are some of these things which we can actually use at any level. You don't have to be Lobels to start using IP, no. You don't have to be Olivine to start using intellectual property, no. You should actually start using intellectual property from your backyard. By the time you get to those levels, they already know about you, they want to talk to you, they want to meet you. So yes, I know innovation has been defined, but I go a little bit further to say it's actually an improvement on an existing device or process. It's not totally new. Innovation is a bit different from creativity. It's improvement on something existing. If there is a cup, you put 3 handles, that's innovation. If there is a chair, you put 6 legs, that's innovation. But it's not creation, because the chair has always been there. Technology has always been there, computers have always been there. What can you do with the computer? What can you do with the same jacket, the same bag, the same hat, the same shoes? What more can you do as an African for the African environment, especially in areas with mountains? How can you change shoes? How can you improve shoes? That's innovation. If you keep thinking like that, you will end up with an inspired new shoe. That's why there's a department called Research and Development. It can be viewed as a better solution to the existing problem or existing market needs. So the same market which needs cups might need maybe bigger cups, smaller cups, 2 handles, 3 handles, I'm just speaking. But as a business person, you need to look at those things and see if it sells. Maybe out of 10 attempts, 1 sells big. That's it. It's not every innovation that will bring you money, but one of them will. But which one? We don't know. So creativity is actually capability of producing something original or unusual. It doesn't have to be earth-shaking, but let it be unusual. It's new. That's what we take through what we call a patent process. Patent process. They are big words, but it's really simple things that we do. So what are the advantages? Why should you even bother with this intellectual property? I'm afraid let's stay with this. Why should we bother? Yeah, how do you market honey? How do you market lowy? How do you market avocados? An avocado is an avocado.
Okay.
What's special about yours?